Hey guys, hope you're well. I come across a lot of new business owners as well, or people that are starting up a business, and I hear a lot of, oh, I just need to get this set up first before I, start reaching out and finding clients, right? And quite often the things that people think they need to get sorted before starting in business are not necessarily all that important. So, they will be important eventually, but not immediately urgent for actually starting a business. So, the first thing that anybody in business needs is an ABN, obviously, so that they're legally allowed to run their business. But from there, things like, expensive logos, websites, all this sort of stuff, brochures and it is important, but you don't need it right now, especially if you're only starting up and your business is actually not making money yet, because the entire point and the most important thing in business is cash flow, right? If we don't make money, then we're not going to be in business for very long. So if you're venturing into business, or you've just started a business and think that you're not in sales, well, think again, because you absolutely are. And so I wanted to go through a few things today that are common misconceptions about what you need initially to start your business. And so, obviously people will have different opinions on all this as well. This is based on my experience and what I've seen with clients. And I've obviously got some recommendations as to what you could be putting your energy and money into instead. So one of the first things that people say is, oh, I need a website, right? And unfortunately, if you get a good web developer, websites can be very expensive, and they're not necessarily something that's going to immediately generate cash for you, right? Especially if you're, a service-based business. Unless you're an e-commerce business, it's a service-based business website will not be an instant cash machine for you. Okay, it's something that over time you can put together, and that's fine. But it's definitely not where I'd initially put my money. So as with a lot of things, you've got the whole time, money, effort equation, right? So if you don't have time, you need to be able to put in money and effort. If you don't have any money, you need to put in time and effort. If you don't put in effort, you need time and money. So that's, it all works together. So in lieu of having a website initially, if you're trying to bootstrap and save money initially, what you can do is put together a PDF document, just to have something about you and your business, to be able to tell people what you do, because the entire thing, you will need to start talking to people about what you're doing, right? And a lot of the times you will get faced with the, with the question of, can you send me some more information, right? So it would obviously be helpful to have something that you can immediately send them saying, yes, this is what we do. Even if you just type it out into an email and you have that, you can copy paste. But if you want to put some effort into it, I would create like a PDF document. Doesn't need to be, at graphic designer standards. It can just look, reasonably professional. It doesn't need to be, a lot of the things that we think are important are actually not that important, okay? So instead of a website, would recommend a PDF document which explains what you do, which you can then later repurpose as you're building a website. You can use the content in there. You can use social media pages, so Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. You can set up your pages on there, especially the business pages, to act as landing pages. So you can put all the information about your business into your business pages, which will look really great when people are on those pages as well, because it will be giving them all the information that they need. And you can send them that, and send people that instead of having to refer to a website. On your personal LinkedIn account, you can even create your summary almost as a landing page. So that can also speak in lieu of a website. And when you do get to that phase where you do want to have a presence online, that's all good and well. Especially in the startup phase, wouldn't necessarily recommend investing tens of thousands of dollars in a full-on web design. There's the WordPresses and Wixes of the world. Personally, I love Wix. It's come such a long way over the last 12 years. So definitely would recommend that, and you can do everything with it. And the templates often are free, and you just pay for the hosting, But that's when you start looking into the website. And once a business obviously is really established, and you do want to really go for a complete overhaul, sure, by all means, if the money is there, go for a full-on, web redesign. That's fine. But initially, it's not as important as what a lot of people think, right? Especially not these days. Another thing that people think about is that they think is very important is having an amazing logo right off the bat. Now, there's a lot more that goes into a logo than what a lot of people think. It's your entire brand message. It's about, what the company is about. And in the beginning, you might think what your business is about. But from my own experience, it could very well be that it goes through evolutions over the first few years, and that you end up with a business that is then more established, but it's completely different to what you started out with. So again, you don't need to spend hundreds of dollars on creating a logo or having a logo created. You literally can just use a name, the company name, and have it in a nice font if you're after the design element of it as well. It doesn't need to be something that you invest a lot of money into in the beginning, especially. Okay. Another thing that a lot of people would think that they need the best of the best of initially are business cards. Again, same as with logos, you can just get something that will serve its purpose initially. You can go to the likes of, Vistaprint, where you can get, a bunch of business cards from certain templates, but the templates again are free. And I think, it's a very cheap option, right? And again, you don't need to have the most amazing business cards. It needs to serve a purpose, right? Again, once things are more established and you do have the spare cash, by all means, get the really nice cardstock with the velvet matte sort of finish. Oh, absolutely. Yes, they look and feel amazing, and they obviously do make an impression. But for the, time being in the beginning, while you're still building things up, a simple, more economical version is definitely, it serves its purpose well as well. Okay. Another thing I see a lot of people, procrastinate on, I guess, in the beginning are templates, the likes of quotes and invoices and all those kind of things. Now, I don't know about you, but I always work very well under pressure, and it's already been, it's been proven that people perform better under pressure and get things done quicker. Okay, when they're under pressure. So instead of agonizing over, I need to create a quote template or a proposal template before I start working on my business and getting new clients, well, how about you go find a client that wants a quote, and then you'll have that template done in no time. Promise. It happens. So again, just don't worry about that one. Just go out and find the people that you need to do business with, and do it as you need it, because otherwise, if you wait until you have all your ducks lined up in a row, it's not going to happen. And it's about focusing on what's going to get you from A to money in the bank as quickly as possible. Okay. Finally, the last thing that people think that they may need in the beginning, which is sort of it's a little bit of a gray area. It does need to be, professional, and this is an email address, right? So I wouldn't say, use the email address that you use when you're, signing up for something. You want to give them your spam email, right, for all your spam notifications later. Do create, maybe a Gmail account or a free email account somewhere with your business name in it. Absolutely, until, unless you obviously want to invest in a domain name straight away. But if you're looking to bootstrap in the beginning, obviously a simple free email address with your business name, that does look reasonably professional. And when you're ready, you can obviously take that step and buy the domain name and the email hosting and all of that. So those are some things that I see a lot of people struggling with, wanting to spend thousands of dollars on websites up front, logos, business cards, spend a lot of time putting together templates, for invoices and quotes, and obviously spending money on email addresses and those kind of things. It's all good and well once things are starting to tick over, for sure. But all of these things are sort of in the important but not urgent, sort of like they're not crucial to you doing business. So you can actually get stuck into business long before you invest a lot of money and time into these things. I hope you found this useful. And if you have any questions, obviously I'm here. I'm happy to help you. Just reach out and get in touch. In the meantime, have a great day further. Bye.